everybody, this is Temperance from Komickrazi Studios. I've had a lot of people asking me lately to do a suit-up video, and the most popular character people have requested is Momo Mouse, so I'm going to show you how I put on Momo Mouse. So one of the troubles when you're suiting is what to do with your hair. If you're a girl or a guy with long hair, you need to put it somewhere. Otherwise it can poke out of the neck of your costume, or it can get all tangled up and uncomfortable. So I like to pull it back into a bun. So I use these itty bitty little teeny tiny alligator clips, and what I do is pull my hair back into a ponytail, and once it's in a ponytail shape I just give it a twist with my finger until it sort of rolls into a bun at the nape of my neck. You want to have the bun as low as possible, and then use the clips to hold it in place. It doesn't have to be perfect, it doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to keep your hair up and out of the way. If you have longer hair, some people like to braid their hair into a crown and bobby pin it or clip it into place. Other people, if they have really long hair, they'll actually braid or put it in a ponytail and just have it run down the back of their neck, and then they put on their Under Armour over top. That way your clothes holds your hair in place. If you have really short hair or somewhat longer hair but you can't pull it back, you can use a wig cap or an Under Armour sweat cap or a sweatband. Even when I put my hair up in a bun, I still like to use a basic skull cap like this. It's balaclava style, so it exposes my eyes, my nose, and my mouth. Or if I prefer, I can just expose my eyes. I like to keep my mouth and nose open because I like the bit of the airflow. However, it's entirely a preference thing. As you can see, this keeps all of my stray hairs and the short hairs out of the way. You can see it conceals the bun, and since it's low on my neck, it won't affect my comfort level when I have my fursuit head on. And it makes me look a bit like a ninja. So this is my Under Armour. It's pretty unfabulous. I've got some really unattractive pants. It doesn't matter what color or what style or what pattern of Under Armour or spandex lycra or bodysuit you have on, because no one's going to see it because you're going to have a fursuit over top. The only time it may matter is if you have a really, really white fursuit, you may want to go with the lighter Under Armour, as the dark might show through. However, for the most part, it doesn't really matter. This isn't official Under Armour product Under Armour. The stuff I'm using I got from a sports store in the running and jogging section, and the tops I think I got from Winners on sale for like 10 bucks. Super cheap. All that matters when you're buying stuff like this is that it is made of spandex lycra, and that it has wicking or moisture wicking or heat sink properties. This means it'll draw heat and sweat away from your body, it will rapid cool, and it'll keep you cool and keep your body dry so it doesn't get chafy when you start to sweat. I know it's really geeky, but I like to tuck my shirt into my pants. Again, it doesn't matter, no one's going to see, so no one's going to care. I just find that once I'm suiting around, if I have the shirt untucked, it'll start to bunch and ride up on me. However, if I leave it tucked into the pants, it doesn't do that so much, so I can move around freely without worrying about it. So when I suit up in Momo, I start with the bodysuit. Her bodysuit is pretty generic. It is literally just a gray pajama suit, and there's a bow sewn directly into the back in the button. So this is sewn directly in. I don't have to worry about retying it or styling it each time. It's sewn in. So we'll start by looping the tail into the bodysuit. So here's my tail. There's a tail loop in the top. The tail hole is right beneath the bow. So I just slide the tail loop through the belt hole. Then I take my trusty belt and slide my belt through the loop that's now been laced through the body. Now when I attach this to my body, the tail is attached to the bodysuit This way it's easy to remove when I need to clean. So step into the body. And take the belt and belt it through on the inside of the costume. You really won't feel or see the belt, especially if it doesn't have a very large buckle. So it doesn't really matter what type of belt you use, as long as it fits. And a zipper up. So you can see it's a pretty boring bodysuit, very easy. It's quite skin tight, so usually when I put it on I have to do a couple stretches just to get myself comfortable and able to move in her. Momo actually has two different types of feet depending on what I'm doing. I have these Happy Feet sneakers. They're sort of a sneaker slipper you can buy on eBay or happyfeet.com. It's just a basic slipper that happens to look like a shoe. Lots of suitors like to use these because they're super easy. They work great with fursuits because they're large and novel and plush. And they're comfortable to wear, and they just make a great kicking along shoe. I picked red specifically, so it matches her bow. The other type of feet I have are these ones. These ones I custom made specifically for Momo for dancing in. Unlike other shoes where I might put rubber on the bottom, these ones have leather on the bottom. It allows me to dance in them more easily and freely, so I can do spins and lifts on my toes. I believe today, though, I will be wearing my Happy Feet. The nice thing about Happy Feet, too, is you can put them on whatever foot is most comfortable. There's no right or left. My Happy Feet, I put some rubber on the bottom to make them last longer. I find walking around inside's okay, but once you start walking around on asphalt, especially like me, if you shuffle your feet, you'll notice you'll start wearing down your feet. So it's a good idea. If you buy Happy Feet, you can just use some basic contact cement, glue some rubber to the bottoms, and it'll make them last 10 times as long. Then I have my wheel paws, and I have my head. I like to put the head on first before I put on the paws, so I'm going to do that. Now because I wear glasses, I sort of have to take my time sliding her head down. And then when it's on, just do a few adjustments to make sure it's fitting comfortably. Make sure the neck is down and proper. And then I can put on my hand paws. Once you have a suit for a while, you know which is your right and left, so. Okay, there we go. And now I'm dressed up in Momo Mouse. Now the most important thing about Momo is my voice. So when I'm in Momo, I like to speak way up on a high octave. So I look so adorable and I sound so adorable. There's no general rule that says you can't speak in a fursuit. It's entirely a choice. A lot of people choose not to speak in fursuit because you have to scream really loud so everybody can hear you. And it gets hard on the voice, especially if you do a voice that's hard to do. So if you can't do it for long periods of time, you may consider not speaking at all. Both styles are cute and both styles are totally fine, so it's up to you. I hope you enjoyed this